It is Madison Connors, founder of Yarli Creative, and I would like to welcome you to the morning Really Good Radio show. Madison, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thanks for rocking up in amongst. I always get reminded that mums are mums all morning, all the time, even when you've got things like this on. Who have you got next to you?
This is Yindi.
Oh, Yindi. I love that name, Yindi.
Oh, thank you.
What does Yindi mean?
So it means mother and also means son.
Yeah, right. In what language?
Yurungu.
Oh, beautiful. I know some other friends as well with some children called Yindi, and I've never asked. Oh, how old?
She just turned 1.
Cool. A little birthday over the last few weeks.
Yeah, a week ago. So yeah, lots of fun. It's been interesting being in lockdown with her.
Yeah.
And entering the world after everything in Melbourne.
Yeah, it is an interesting time. How's your business going? And I guess tell us a little bit about Yarli Creative. How does it come about? And we've got so much to unpack. How did you become an artist? And tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so sorry, I'm just trying to get myself in the screen.
Yeah, I know. It's always like a shock. You've got Zoom and you've got all these parameters, and then I fit you into this little square.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. So first of all, as I said, my name's Maddie Connors. I'm a Yorta Yorta, Wurrung and Gamilaroi woman. I would like to first acknowledge the land that I am working and standing on. So I'm on Wurrung land, and I want to pay my respects to the elders, past and present, for allowing me to practice what I do here. I grew up in Shepparton, so from Shep, I lived there until I was 21, and that's where my grandmother is, and I went back just 2 days ago, and it was beautiful to see family. But Yarli Creative was born this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was born, I've always been creative since I can remember. From a young age, I was always creative, whether that was painting, drawing, or writing stories. And watching my aunties weave and paint was one of my favourite things.
Yeah.
I first started to sell my art, I guess you could say, when I was at uni. So I studied public health and sociology, completely different. And then I've worked in Aboriginal health. I worked there for about 8 years, in Aboriginal affairs, and before I started doing this.
Cool.
And yeah, so I just was Mulana Dreamings first, which Mulana in Yorta Yorta language translates to spirit. So at the time, that was what I needed for me and my journey, was my spirit dreaming. And when I look back, it was before I had kids, before I kind of understood myself. And then moving into after motherhood, I didn't feel as connected to that name anymore. And I was kind of trying to find my place. And I changed my name to Yarli, which was actually a combination of my kids' names, Yindi and Marley. So
cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear. Sometimes we're so used to staying with the original full words, but you've kind of created your own word, but still using culture and connection of family. It's cool.
Yeah. So Marley is an Aboriginal word as well. So his name means elderberry tree and black swan. So they're both intertwined together with, son, mother, black swan and elderberry tree. And I think that's wise and strong, yet feminine. And I think, I really liked that mixture.
Yeah. When you use, when you're naming things, you clearly take consideration for culture and really try and connect to something off feeling. Do you have to dig around and speak to elders, or do you know a lot about your language and culture already, or do you spend some time and journey and get back on country and find out? So are you learning as you're going as well, and how much I guess have you been relying on elders and heading back to Yorta Yorta country?
Yeah, so I definitely am learning as I'm going. I do know bits and pieces here and there. But it is a learning journey with the language, I guess, because up until 2014, there was only 64 speakers of the language, Yorta Yorta language, that is.
Wow. What is it now?
I'm not sure.
Is it growing?
They're now teaching it in schools and stuff in Shep.
Oh, get out. That's great.
Yeah. So they've had I think it's called linguistic.
You're asking the wrong person.
So revitalize the language, and like there's books now with like a dictionary that was created by a group of people up there. So I have one of those, and that helps me a lot to learn. And then there's videos and other things, and I call my elders and rely on, there's a Facebook group, Yorta Yorta Proud, so always asking and checking in with the mob. There's just different people that I call on when I need some advice, and elders and aunties and people that I know more than me, and I'm only 30, so I'm still on my journey. I know a lot, but I don't know everything, and I think that Aboriginal people in Victoria, it's very similar. Like we know, most know what they know, but then there is still that learning journey.
It's a real race against the clock. Our elders aren't going to be around forever. It's a difficult task at times to get moments to sit down with them, because a lot of it's dealing with trauma as well. Thinking back on their history and telling stories and yarning and stuff. I wonder, going back to when you were at school, were you surrounded by much culture growing up with your art, and did you go to a school with lots of other Aboriginal kids?
Yeah, I did actually. And I remember, having a group of other Aboriginal students that we were on our journey together. It was good because, you could rely on them, and as a group and a collective, as mob, we have that, we have that like group and community feel, and we need people around us. It was challenging though, because I guess I was fair-skinned, and when back then, when I would go back into like my other groups, like, obviously you've got lots of different groups at school, high school especially, when you go from group to group or different friendships, people would often question me on my identity, and that was a challenge at high school, I think, because I didn't fully understand, and being so young, like I'd always be like, Nan, why are they saying this? And she's like, take a photo of me and show them. Like, all right, Nan. She still says that now sometimes when I get questioned, and I tell her about it, and she's like, take a photo of me.
It's funny, isn't it? Like
so it's kind of cute.
Genetics and reprocreation, like it's not stupid. Like everyone knows if you mix this color and this color, you're going to get a different color. Yet you're still getting challenged by just the basicest brains going, don't you get it? Like, it's the same as you. Like, you're a redhead and you're you're going to get a mix. Like, I just find it always fascinating that such a simple solution to their own brain comes out with it's really painful sometimes stuff that comes out of their mouth. I just wonder how they get from not doing the math to coming up with this real, cultural issue. It's like trying to displace you.
I think, if someone says that they're Aboriginal, they're Aboriginal. Like,
yeah,
ifs, buts about it. Like, why question that?
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Like, if you wanted to identify as a llama, do that. Whatever.
That's a good suggestion. I never thought about the openness we can delve into. Your art, you just mentioned a little bit about finding yourself what can you kind of explain that a little bit more? What you went through? Was it a lot to do with pregnancy and birth and introducing new people to the world?
Yeah, I think I really just started to realize that I needed to be able to share with my children and other children the importance of that continuity of culture and really embedding that. So in my heart, I knew what I knew and I knew lots, but I wasn't, I guess, sharing it as much as I could have been. And then I realized that, I did cultural awareness training with schools when I was studying at uni for Walk the Talk, the Essendon initiative. So I was doing that, but and teaching kids about culture, like cultural perspectives and unpacking different areas of history, age appropriate. But then when I had my own kids, I realized, okay, well, now what do I have to do in order to foster their learning and their cultural guidance? And I've got younger siblings as well. So I've got a 14-year-old sister and a 22-year-old brother. So I'm making sure that I am the cultural authority in my small family in Melbourne because they need to learn as well because they're not connected back home and their fathers passed away. So I need to be able to help them and guide them as well. I think there's lots of different things that made me realize. And I've always been really spiritual. Yeah. I've always been really connected. And I've always had that sense of I can feel our ancestors. I can hear their guidance, and I think that to me has always been something that I've had. Ever since I was a little girl, my mum was like, "You're always so spiritual. Like you were always so connected."
Yeah. Wow. A lot of your artwork revolves around. I haven't looked at every single piece of artwork that you've done. But majority of it has got a real connection to pregnancy and womanhood. You're really celebratory and of birth. It seems like it's a real monumental moment in your life. Like, how do you come up with some of the symbols? Are these been passed on? What symbols do you use? And is there symbols that are related, I guess, connected to Yorta Yorta? You're also Jar Jar Wurrung and Gamilaroi. Where does it lean towards one group or the other, or how do you kind of drive that creativity into your art?
Well, I guess I was born on Yorta Yorta country, and up until I was in high school, I thought we understood that we were Yorta Yorta. And then, through learnings and talking to more elders, realizing there's more connections, and even my nan, learning that. And I think there's lots of different elements. Like my pregnancy journeys have been a big part of my life, I guess, because they shift you from one point in your life to another, and you change, you become less selfish, I think, personally.
Oh, yeah. I need that.
And I don't know, those instincts kick in, and you realize that there's more to life. That, you've got these two little humans that need your everything to create their minds, and, they are everything. Like, our children are our future. So I was in the Fringe Festival. I did a whole series of pregnancy silhouettes, and that was going through my journey of I had a traumatic birth with my son, and then I had a really healing birth for my second. So that's really shaped who I am as well. And understanding the power of women is being, it has been one of my biggest learnings. Because before...
Motherhood?
Motherhood has taught me that women are amazing. Before that, I was just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm a woman, whatever. And that, you go through puberty and childhood and high school, and you don't really understand the significance of a woman's body and how much power there is until you go through pregnancy and then birth.
You're creating humans.
Yeah.
There's nothing short of miraculous. Like it's just it's yes, you're exactly right. That must have been really, really moving. Like you're kind of taking me through it. I'm imagining going from a little girl to not knowing anything to knowing stuff going. It'll just be completely transformative.
Yeah, and I really want my kids to realize that women are important because obviously Black women have always been at the bottom of the hierarchy and the food chain, I guess you could say. And then I want my kids to realize that women should be put more on a pedestal. Like, I know that it sounds really strange, but, you know, we grow society. We actually grow people. Like, it blows my mind.
I know. I was talking about this to my partners this week, just going, isn't it just nuts that we're here? Like, it's nuts. And like, I want just to stop, and we're at the back of Point Addis Beach in this little kind of secluded beach, just staring at the ocean and the sky and just going, what are we even doing here? How do we get here? It's crazy impressive.
It is impressive.
Like it's something to really wonder about and be just amazed and thankful and grateful and
definitely.
And, you know, we spoke to Tash. I'm sure you know Tash really well, just about being present and surrendering to the amazingness of everything. I'm going to try and quickly bring up some of your artwork because I want people just to know how ridiculous your artwork is. It is ridiculous. And I did put, how did I come across you? Oh yeah, through NAIDOC Week. Yeah, that's right. And we've played some so that you can see some of your artwork a little bit behind here. But I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, hopefully. And I do a little bit of this every now and then, just go live and make up stuff on the spot. Not that one. All right. And you should be here too somewhere. Yeah. All right, pick something out and you can tell us a little bit about let's go cross over to it first. Give us some artwork here. You can pick something out and talk about it.
Yeah, so Birthing the Matriarch.
Yes.
That piece I did for the Fringe Festival. Cool. So as I said, I had a series of different silhouettes, but also incorporated in that was, different parts and elements of womanhood and being a mother. And so this one, the symbol at the top represents woman. So it's a symbol that represents a woman. And then obviously below that is the uterus and the woman's body and organs. And then from the fallopian tubes down the bottom, you have the flowering eucalypt, which coming out of the flowering eucalypt is our stars, which are our ancestors. So as you can see, the woman is creating our ancestors and our people and our future generations. And that's what's coming out of the bottom. So it's kind of like this cycle. And then obviously in the middle is the flowering. So that's like the growth and the blooming and the richness that we have and the connection to our country. So it's really like, it's about women women in general, as I was saying, growing the future generations and also the past generations.
Wow, that's so incredible. It's so incredible. I'm gonna and this is great. This is, by the way, if you're listening to this on audio only later on, this is available on replay. You need to go to Yarli Creative, which is YARLI Creative, and head there. And all of Madison's artwork is on there. There's heaps of stuff, but I think particularly if you are a woman and you're loving this connection today, get involved. There's heaps of stuff. Let's go to another one. Sorry to put you on the spot and make you look at Yarli.
No, that's all right.
But it's great.
You can go down to the Ghana. A Ghana is born. Yep.
Whoa. These are simply they're stunning.
Thank you. So this one again was a part of the Fringe Festival. And so this one in the middle you can see is the pregnancy belly, like the outside of it. But in the middle is the symbol for community. So at the heart of, our journeys, we always are connected to our community and who we are. But then surrounding that community, there's the symbol again for women. So there's 4 women around
Yes.
that.
So the little N or the little arch with 2 lines like that means woman.
Yeah, so they're like digging sticks because women were gatherers. So they gathered fruits and berries. And so that's
with sticks.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, so they're my midwives who supported me during my pregnancy. So I had 4 midwives throughout, and all the women who I had along the way in my journey, and especially during my birth. So that's like my second birth I'm talking about in this one.
So are they, is that these other ones are the other women?
No, they just represent people. So that's everyone involved. So anyone in my family, people, my partner, my son, my mum, everyone is surrounding and supporting me during this time.
Gotcha.
I really wanted to share that. And then, as you can see in the uterus area, I have endometriosis. So I've blacked that out because it's a painful chronic illness. But I was still able to have children. So, and then from that, a woman is born, a mother is born, and that's sort of my significance with this piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew. I knew this would be, I'd be moved by this. I'm going to go squeeze my mum when she wakes up.
Aww.
Just go, Mum, you're ridiculous. I do squeeze her a lot, but this is even, it's so good. Give us one more.
Yeah, go down.
Next page.
Yeah, we'll go to next page.
Next page. 2 pages. Oh.
All right, so go to this one. This one's called Ghana's Whisper. So
this is so cool. I'm loving that we get an explanation because I don't know if many people would ever get an explanation. Are you there? Oh no. Maddie's gone. Maybe her phone died. We'll see if she comes back. How amazing is this? Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, well, until Maddie comes back, which hopefully she does jump back in. Maybe her phone died or something. So I'm just messaging her back. Madison Connors, I'm going to try and get her back. How beautiful is this? If you want to go to her website, please do. It's yarlicreative.com.au. Thank you, Melinda Dine, who just resubscribed for another 2 months. I'm going to put up a link to this to this website right now, which is Yarli Creative, YARLI creative.com. Our guest is Madison Connors. Hey, she's back. She is back. And this is part of Blak Biz Week, where we are speaking to First Nations business owners and operators. Okay, I think you're back. You back?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Let's go back. People are just sitting there waiting, like they don't even care. They're like, I don't care. I don't care what it takes. I want to listen to her more.
So this is, Ghana means mother in Yorta Yorta language, Ghana's Whisper. So basically this is a silhouette of a mother, pregnant mother, who is, there's people crossing her body. So you can see those symbols again mean people.
These ones?
And so these are all the people that are trying to be, this is a different one. This is like being a part of, they're trying to tell her things, giving her advice. And they're taking over her body in a sense, like they're trying to control her pregnancy. But this mother here is trying to whisper things to her child to tell her that everything is going to be okay. You know what you're doing. You are a mother, you have your intuition and you can follow that. You don't need to listen to everyone's opinions or advice, and you can just be with your baby and your baby because you're growing them. So it was kind of more about, all of those different, like a lot of mums out there would realize, like they would know that you get all of this unwanted advice sometimes, and like some of it's really great, but some of it is like, okay, we need to somehow just stop, and listen to our own body because we going on.
Yeah. Touching on that, do you think that is there some stuff that's being said to you that automatically you just go like, it's not what I'm feeling. That's not like, you feel like that's not the right thing, and so you kind of and you're constantly doing that. But like, you're saying that you just need to shut the noise out, just go shh, so you can listen to yourself.
Basically, you're just talking to your baby, saying everything's going to be okay because I know what I'm doing, and regardless of if you're a first-time mum or second or third, you'll know what's up. Like, you have guidance of your ancestors, and you also have your own intuition, and things will work out. Like, I know there's no manual for motherhood. We don't know what we're doing, but we do.
Yes. Oh, that's great. It doesn't sound like a philosophical sentence, but it's so true.
Yes.
We don't know what we're doing, but we do. It's like, whoa. What do you mean? What do you mean? Deep. But
but
explains it.
Uncertain.
Yeah, but hey, so for people that want to buy some art, which I think I'm about to, but we've got a fair few listeners on right now that are writing so amazing, epic art. Like, you can't see the chat, but I'm not making this up. That's so great. There definitely needs to be more Indigenous language schools, or better yet, Indigenous culture taught in schools. Thank you, Carissa. Melinda, oh wow. Alex Mickelson, so beautiful. Jace, epic art. Shelley, so amazing. People are just sitting there just looking at this art. If you want to buy some stuff, how are you going with Christmas and getting stuff out there, and where do people go? And it's yarlicreative.com.au, but is that how people shop?
Yeah, that is. And today's the last day for express shipping to get it in time for Christmas. So we have T-shirts and singlets as well with some of my art on them.
Oh, great.
We have face masks, stickers, greeting cards as well with my art. But if you live in Melbourne, Metro Melbourne, we can do pickup as well. So
cool.
There is that option, the local pickup. Just email me, and you can do that right up until Christmas Eve if there's something that you're wanting to get and, you can't get it today, but you want to get it next week or over the weekend. Just reach out. I'm available. Like, I have a yarn to all my followers on Instagram, which is Yarli at Yarli_creative.
Cool.
Or on Facebook, Yarli Creative, and also Twitter. But I will definitely, chat to you and have a yarn, because it's one of the things that I wanted to make sure I stayed true to was being authentic. Authentic, and still be creating this community of people. So just reach out, and even if you want to have a yarn about anything else, like I've had people reach out about endometriosis or womanhood or motherhood, anything that, you really want to just have a talk to someone. I'm always open as well. I've suffered with postnatal depression myself and anxiety. So I'm willing to be that listening ear if you need.
So good. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
I always get amazed at just, and I truly mean this, like just how amazing you are, and mothers and women, and like we get a snapshot. This 7:30 slot is really hard. It's the worst time probably for a mum, but I don't know. It sounds like you got the craziest busy life, like, because you're really wanting to connect and speaking to people, but creating art, and it's probably a really busy time, which I hope it truly is, juggling your kids and your family. And I really appreciate you taking your time to finish off Blak Biz Week.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Well, have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone as well.
Yeah, lovely. Where's the little one? Say goodbye.
Where are you? Say bye.
Bye, Yindi.
Wait, Yindi moo.
Yindi.
Say bye.
Bye.
Oh.
See ya.
She doesn't want to.
Say
Say bye.
You're hiding. Can you see?
Bye. Bye.
It's adorable. Thanks, Maddie. Have a brilliant weekend, and we'll speak to you soon. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, now she says it.
No worries. Thanks heaps. We'll speak to you
Alrighty,
soon.
see ya.
No worries.
Bye.